Hello. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm Amanda Kelder. I'm a Christian weight loss and life coach. And today I'm going to talk about number 18 in my 20 things that nobody tells you, especially as a Christian woman trying to lose weight, but what they don't tell you about losing weight and keeping it off. And I think it's really important that you understand that I go by the Christian perspective. And so if you're watching this, I want you to know that there are some other Christian weight loss coaches that teach something a little different than what I'm going to talk about right now. And I'm going to tell you why I teach this based on what God has to say versus what they teach. Okay? All right. So here's what I find quite a bit. And here's the deal, all these things I did myself. And I had to learn through them. Like I had to learn the lessons through them. And from learning those lessons, I want to teach them to you so you can learn the lessons faster, hopefully, than I did, and start moving towards that God given desire to take care of that temple that He gave you. What I see a lot of, and what I did in the past too, is I would pray for God to change a circumstance in my life. Okay. So, like, if God, if you really want this for me, if you really want my body to be healthy and energized, I want to lose weight, but if maybe this isn't what you want for me. So if this is what you want for me, I need you to give me the motivation. I need to like eating good, healthy food from your hands versus men's hands better. Like I need to want that more. Um, you need to help me exercise and enjoy exercise. So basically, I was praying, hey, Lord, you change this, and then I will know that you want this for me. That'll be my sign. The problem with that is God does want you to take care of your temple. And he doesn't want to change the circumstances. Because the circumstances are there for a reason. You're supposed to work through something, learn something through those circumstances. He's not going to change those. He wants you to grow through those. Basically, we're saying, God, you do all the heavy lifting. You do all the changing. When he's trying to tell us, no, this is how you are going to change. This is how I mold you and equip you to handle, to what's the word I'm looking for? To be a steward of that healthy temple down the road. And here's a big truth I want you guys to know. God cannot bless the actions you don't take. If you're just sitting there praying, asking God to act, but you're not acting, God's like, hey, I got nothing to work with here. I mean, yes, He can change anything. He's all powerful. But how God works is through our action. You have free will. You're not a puppet on a string. You have a stake in this life. So instead of praying for motivation, praying for different taste buds, praying for more desire to exercise, why don't you just start taking action? What if you prayed for just the strength, the insight to take one small step? That is how you lose weight. Not by changing your circumstances, but by you deciding that no matter what these circumstances are, I can still show up. I can still say, God, here, this is my small offering to you. This is what I've got. Use it. And you deciding that doing anything is better than doing nothing is what will keep you going and keep you moving. And this is something I talk about a lot with my clients in my program. What's my next best step? Because your best steps will change from day to day depending on your circumstances, depending on what God is putting in your life. And we don't need to get mad at those circumstances. We don't need to use those circumstances as excuse. They are there to grow us. They are there for a reason. God is always good and he always has a good reason for them. Instead, you do your best at being present where you are right now with what you have. And that might just mean, here's an example. It might just mean putting on your tennis shoes during the summer instead of the sandals as you walk out the door, because you might get a minute or two to walk around the block as your kids, at piano lessons. Or it might mean taking 3 scoops of ice cream, but putting it in a bowl, because at least then you know how much you're having instead of just eating it right out of the carton. Yes, it can be that small. And that can just be your next best step. And in that, you're being a co-creator of your life with God. I want to remind you, you are made in God's image. You are created to be creator because God is a creator. And he wants you to create with him. He's like, yeah, let's do this together. That's why I gave you free will. And when you do this with God, when you create with God, when you take the action, God so abundantly blesses with strength, with grace, with love, with self-control, all of the fruit of the Spirit. Wouldn't you just love to bear more fruit in your life? And this is the fun part about it. You start taking action, it's amazing. You're going to be like, oh, I lost a pound. Actually, I just had a gal mention me. She started doing my daily action plan, just really small steps. She's lost 12 pounds by taking small, bite-sized steps with God. So you'll lose weight, but you will feel so much more content in your life day in and day out, knowing, like, I want you to think about the word content. I can't even explain how much more content I am in my life and what joy that brings. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do. I want to help you feel so much more joy, contentment, freedom, confidence in who God created you to be. Okay. So if that's something that you really want to start diving into for yourself, if you not only want to lose weight because you know God is calling you to take care of this temple, this partner he gave you to help you live this life, then I really encourage you to head on over, go to Amanda Keldor, AmandaKeldor.com/weight loss with God. It is a free 7-day devotional. I'm going to be walking you through 7 days worth of diving into God's word, really grasping onto some truth and start taking action. Okay? All right, you guys. I have only 2 more left, 19 and 20. Be sure to come back, watch them, and we will talk soon. Bye now.